Hi, my name is Carolyn Zinkin, and I'm a benefits consultant at NFP Canada. COVID-19 has forced everyone to take a new look at their life in a new normal and a new way. And adjustment can be really tricky. So mental health is more important than ever. And with that in mind, we wanted to take some time today to look at some longer term effects of this pandemic and the impact that they may have on someone's mental health. We're very pleased to have Claire Dubach from Beacon join us today and help walk through some questions and fill us in on a wealth of information to help us. So Claire, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks, Carolyn. I'm really happy to be here.
So Claire, the new coronavirus has put people in a very unique situation. And this isn't, like other big events that we've seen. It's a one-time occurrence, and there is clearly a period of healing required. How will COVID, with no specific end date, affect people in their mental health recovery process?
Mm-hmm. It's a great question because we really are in very different and unique times. This is, without a doubt, a worldwide crisis, and it's really caught us off guard. What began as a medical crisis has evolved into an economic and a financial one. And I think that what we're hearing a lot about recently is what is being described as the trailing edge. And this is, it's being described or called the echo pandemic. And it's the impact of this COVID-19 on our mental well-being. And I would say that there is a lot of research that's been done over the years looking at the aftermath of a disasters, things that are in some ways quite different, like natural disasters, hurricanes, floods, or events like 9/11 that have had a broader impact. And really what this has been focused on is understanding what the emotional reaction is to these events over the longer term after the actual event itself has passed. And I thought I'd share today a chart that looks at that mental well-being recovery process following a disaster. And it really is interesting because it shows the stages, the emotional highs and lows over a period of time. And I think what is most obvious is that the progress that we make emotionally in the aftermath is not a straight line, that in fact, it is a journey with its ups and downs. And I think that's something that's very relevant when we think about our mental well-being. And specifically after an event has occurred, what we find is that there is a very positive, immediate reaction that's really coming from feelings of resilience, and lots of activity and productivity is going on. And that sort of results in sort of a honeymoon stage where we're feeling a sense of optimism. It's a time where there's a great deal of assistance, and we're seeing that right now around the world where governments are stepping in beyond sort of the coalescing of communities to support everyone. But then what we see is a period of disillusionment. And this is really where the realization of the reality begins to settle in. And we see optimism turn into a discouragement, feelings of discouragement, and the toll of the stress starts to make its impact. But we will get through that, and then there will be that period of reconstruction. And that's where it is the long recovery where there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And there is a move forward. And I think at the end of the day, the message in this is emotionally we will survive this situation, but the reality is that we must accept that we will go through our highs and our lows. And I think we could all reflect where we might be in this journey right now. But it's also very important when we're thinking about ourselves, not just as individuals, but part of organizations and businesses, that our businesses will also be going through a similar situation in the economic recovery, as well as the reality that our businesses are run by groups of individuals who will be dealing with this situation as well.